Meghan Markle here.
All right, today is July 18, 2026. It is 3:47 a.m. So I finished editing whatever I left the last time I recorded. I know I didn't record anything yesterday, but I think the 16 or something. But anyway, there's a lot going on. Damn, there's like a mosquito flying in front of my screen. The room is dark, but you could see my screen, my monitor's on, but you see the I don't know if it's a fly or a mosquito flying across the screen. But anyway, I just put a list together for me to share with you, and we're gonna pick up. I think Harry was in New York City doing something, so I have some tweets regarding that, and I've shared some stuff on my community board regarding that, but I didn't really listen to the videos that much. So I'm gonna find out as I'm recording. Okay, so there have been some stuff. Okay, we're gonna pick up with this. I'm going based on the caption. It seems like The View was talking about Harry and Meghan and probably the kids visit to the UK. We're gonna pick up from that, and then we'll get more to the recent topics or things that have happened. To tell you the truth, I have not been online that much because I'm tired of the Derangers talking nonsense. So I'm trying to focus mostly on Harry and Meghan. Pretty much whatever the squad are sharing. All right, let's see here. Wow. I'm shocked at how Alyssa spoke so many truths. Wow, wow, wow. All right, she retweeted that Prince Harry reunites with King Charles. Though King Charles recently reunited with Prince Harry, the View co-hosts weigh in on whether making peace with his father could help resolve his alleged rift with his brother, Prince William. All right, I'll come back to this. This is the squad who retweeted that. So which means these comments are from most likely from the squad and maybe the Rangers as well. And let's go to the View post, which will be pretty much the world and some of the squad. Oh my god. AI. All right, let's listen. Oh my god, 5 minutes and 14 seconds. Okay.
So King Charles, I still can't get used to that. I think of him as Prince Charles. But King Charles recently reunited with Prince Harry after 4 years. But according to reports, Harry still has no relationship with his brother, Prince William. Which insiders describe as so broken. Does Harry making peace with Dad open a door to the royal family reunion?
Keep in mind, the ABC, this is the network that usually shows The View, that show, have, some stuff for the royal family, favorable for the royal family, the heir and things like that, the narrative of the royal family. So they're probably trying to smooth out stuff for the people in the US. All right, because it's the same station that threatened if they air Andrew stuff with Virginia Godfrey, they will not have any access to William. So I'm going with the same type of narrative type of thing, trying to have some relationship with the institution. And keep in mind, the US is pretty much copying the UK type of system in terms of the tabloid. Okay, so let's continue.
Or not?
I sure hope so.
I mean,
we know that the king has been in ailing health, and we wish him all of the best. And I think it's really important that Prince Harry is making the effort to try to rectify that relationship. You never were promised another day with a loved one, but I think...
Why they keep on putting everything on Harry, as if Harry's supposed to do all the work to create the friendship, to reach out, to do the bridging and all of that. Meanwhile, the leftovers, the royal family, sending people to keep on bothering him. So why they keep on putting that job for Harry to reach out to reconciliate with the royal family? Because now the way the royal family thought things will go through is not going accordingly. So they're shifting, not blame, like to resolve the problem. They're shifting it to Harry when Harry wasn't the one who created the problem in the first place. He's just protecting himself and his family. Keep that in mind. All right, let's continue.
My husband and his brother, we all live in the same town. They're best friends. They're business partners. To think of them ever having a rift that they couldn't fix is just heartbreaking to me.
Yeah.
And then also really sad is the kids. They both have the cousin.
What she just said about her husband's brother, the relationship, I've said that recently in a video, and then I read a comment saying that don't mention, I was talking, if something, how things could have been if certain things were done and things like that. And I got not really dragged for it, but the person who was reading it was squatty, okay? I see for what it is. It's like, don't mention the other brother and Harry's business type of thing. And what she's saying here, this is the same way that I saw the royal family. I thought any members of the royal family who did anything, okay, whether for themselves or for the institution or whatever, if it's a plus for the royal family. And usually when it's a negative, if the rest of the royal family don't get involved, if it's a negative, then we will say, okay, this is this person's own doing for, doing this stupidity. But look what happened to Andrew. They all get involved, shielding him, protecting him. So now it's the entire royal family is taking in that. And Harry removed himself from it. So we cannot drag Harry along with that, even though the tabloid tried to compare Harry with Andrew type of behavior, which is complete. It's like night and days. Let's continue.
Who've never even met each other. And if they were able to
They've
work
never
through,
met each
that's
other?
my understanding is that they
Wow.
haven't. So just if they could somehow rectify this, it would be so great for all of their kids to get to grow up with the cousins too.
That's really what I thought. It's just,
This is the way many people thought things would have been. But William keeps on creating the division more and more. I mean, the thing that William did, we know some of it, but I think if we know the extent that he went to destroy his brother's wife, it's unbelievable. There's no, I don't see from this point on, I don't see if you're in the same roof, under the same roof as William, you will sleep comfortably. You will have to sleep with one eye open, because to the extent that this guy went to for cruelty, okay, even a baby, let's put the allegedly, but with what happened to Archie's room in South Africa, all right, they tend to make things look like it's an accident. The cruelty, the extent that they went, as Harry and Meghan trying to get away from these people, they keep on inserting themselves back into Harry and Meghan's lives, sending, people to do harm to them. The chase that happened in the US, it didn't happen just like that. All right? From my understanding at that time, when they first, they knew that Meghan was gonna go into the award show, okay, they put out the papers, put like a bounty type of things. If you get pictures of certain ways or something like that, and they'll get incentive for it. And people were chasing, they knew, the paper knew. They knew. This is why they put this nonsense out. Okay, what William did is unforgivable. It's unforgivable. I'm moving it back slightly because she started talking about something.
Just if they could somehow rectify this, it would be so great for all of their kids to get to grow up with the cousins too.
that's really what I thought. It's just I'm glad that even if the brothers aren't getting along, that Prince Harry was able to see his dad, because you know that he hasn't been well, and we've talked about that a lot. And for him to see his grandbabies and to see his son, I think was so important. Family trouble is the worst and the hardest.
Yeah, but I think this is about rivalry of some sort. I mean, you have William is the heir to the throne, and Harry is like the
spare.
other.
No, I think
no
it's
more
the
spare.
treatment of Meghan Markle. That
Well,
really was.
that didn't help, but they would not treat William's wife that way because
Honestly.
he's going to be the next.
Well, if she
the
was
next
Meghan
king.
Markle, they might have.
Think of Cain and Abel, okay?
But you know, I have my, God knows I have my own family drama, and family drama is very complicated. But I don't know what the hell is going on in England and Great Britain, because between the Beckhams and the Royals, I'm having a hard time figuring out and keeping up with what the cause of what was. I mean, what happened?
With the Beckham, not too long ago, I mentioned it in one of my podcasts. I dropped their nonsense. For some reason, I think some of the thing that's happening between the father and the son, the Brooklyn and the parents, I think it's manufactured to some extent. So I dropped that. But let's continue.
Here, did Camilla dance inappropriately on Harry at the wedding? What are we fighting about?
On
No, but I
Harry?
don't think the
Yes, it's a whole thing with Victoria Beckham.
Yes.
I'll explain it during the break. It involves Mark Anthony in a song. I'll give you the 101.
I knew there
Do
was
you
a
all
name
know what
to
I'm
drop.
talking
Yes,
about?
yes.
I knew there was a Latino name to drop in this segment.
But the British press is also brutal. Like,
Yes.
let us remember that, honestly, that's what the paparazzi was what caused Princess Diana's passing.
Okay.
And when you look at how they have responded, and it's almost like they get involved in everything. And I think it's endorsed. It's okay.
I think it was such a significant factor in a rift that was already there, but making it worse. In their treatment of Meghan, if you see the sheer number of headlines in the language,
Was that about race?
a
Yes.
lot of it was tied to race. In the British press, I mean, we've dealt with it to a little degree. The tabloids there are so much more vicious than
Yes.
they are here. It is like they go low, they go deep, and they think that there are no boundaries off limits. So I do respect Harry for protecting his wife, but now I feel like it's time for everyone to try to come together.
In this country, the administration is mean to the press, not the opposite.
Yeah, this is more the tabloid journalism
Yes.
versus more
But
like real journalism.
it's sad because we all remember these two brothers, particularly, you know, the images of these two brothers after Diana, their mom, died. And they were so close. They were so close with their dad. And William and Kate have gone through their own challenges. Kate has been facing cancer as well. So you would think it'd be a time when he could really use the support and friendship of his brother.
And I wasn't always the biggest defender of Meghan Markle, and I think having a child and being postpartum made me have so much more sympathy toward her because some of the hardest moments she had when she openly talked about dealing with depression and being in the spotlight and all of the negativity she was facing, when you're dealing with those postpartum emotions and hormones and you're in just protective mode, they did the best thing for their family.
You can relate
hands
to
down.
that right now?
Completely.
You still have it?
It's starting to dwindle, but like I could still cry at the drop of a pin.
Really?
Me too, and it's been more
It's
than
been
a
years.
few years.
Well, I don't know. I just think that, you know, when one's going to be the king, as Mel Brooks
I don't
says,
think
it's
that's
good
it.
to
I
be
think
the
there's
king.
more
think
to
that's
it than
it.
that because that's always been a dynamic between them, and there wasn't a problem.
Okay, Anna, I'm going to say to you, you can either be the queen or you can be somebody else.
Can I tell you something?
Somebody else gets to have more
Remind
fun.
me-
book is called Spare. Like, he does acknowledge
What
it.
was the name of the queen's sister?
Oh, I know. It was in
Margaret.
Margaret. She
Okay,
had the
that
best time.
lady had fun.
Yes, that's who I
She
wanted to
had
be.
men, she had drinks, she had
Oh my
ciggies,
God.
she was flying
Being
all
royal
over the world.
adjacent is much better
Yeah.
than being royal itself, I
Yes.
I don't think so.
Getting a royal stipend, a crown, a plane, and a title, and doing whatever the hell I want without having
first
to
of
be
all,
queen. Yes,
okay,
sign me
first,
up.
I don't mean to sound sexist, but these are boys now. These are not girls. You're talking about Margaret. It's different. Look at what's going on in Congress. They can't get go of that power. It's masculine.
It might
It's
be
about
the T levels.
It's the T level.
Okay, I just made some changes. I was gonna talk about Invictus, Heavy with the Knicks. That will be in video too. Alright, but anyway. Alright, so let's see here. Joy needs to let it go. Bill and Kathy seem miserable. Harry and Meghan can do whatever they want without the responsibility of having to deal with politicians unless they want to. That was something I was just
So
thinking.
King Charles
Sunny No Holds Barred take on the royal was missed, but it was good to see Alyssa call out the British press treatment of Meghan during her pregnancy. Meghan also endured the Daily Mail lawsuit, William Stafford, Jason Kenoff's court involvement, and miscarriage. Oh my God. Those not GIF, AI. I'm a Brit. I can tell you that William is not a good person. He has a very flawed character. I think Harry and Meghan would be sensible to maintain a no contact position with him. Nothing good will come out of them reconciling. It's actually quite sad that William will be king. People are putting more stuff here. I've seen some of these. I don't know if I put it on the list. I think this says it all as far as Prince William is concerned. Royal correspondent just exposed the truth they've been dancing around for years. In a candid Telegraph exchange, Rob Jobson and Kamala Tomney laid it bare. Okay, 1 minute and 11 seconds. If I have this on my list, oh my God, I didn't know it was that long. I'll skip it, okay? I think I have it on the list. Harry gets on well with his father, King Charles. The real barrier to any family reconciliation, William. They know he's been the problem all along, the one everyone tiptoes around because he is the heir. Nobody wants to get on the wrong side of the future king. So when are we going to have an honest conversation about William's behavior and attitude? Why is he always so angry and bitter? Harry has shown openness and maturity. The double standard protecting the heir while blaming the spare has gone on too long. All right, so let's listen to that.
What's he actually like, Robert? Is he going to be a good king?
Well, I hope he listens
Difficult, doesn't
he's tricky. I think that there's no doubt that the king used to get on better with Harry.
Really?
Yeah, there's.
Why do
yeah,
you say that?
that's what I understand to be the truth. I mean, I think that the people that know them well said that was part of that. They had the heartbreaking side of this whole fallout was that the king and Harry used to sort of see eye to eye more. They used to have more time. They used to get each other more. Whereas I think with William and the king, there's always been clashes over the ivory in the royal collection, and clashes over just little things.
The appearance of Prince George, I remember in a photograph on a desk of they had a massive row about
he
that.
He can be quite, not controlling, but he's a bit tricky. He got a bit of a temper.
Well, you use the following words to describe William. You say he's occasionally been over-assertive, can be difficult to handle, with aides approaching sensitive matters carefully. Despite his public composure, insiders describe William as prone to mood swings.
I think that's fair, as I wrote it. But also, I think that if you go and speak to a few people off the record, they would say that's probably being generous.
Like I've said in past videos, this thing started with Charles, okay? The paper, the men in gray suits started grooming Charles to be the type of person that he is. But the thing is that with Charles, they can't fully get Charles to be full-blown angry monster type of a person. He's still angry because he pulled out a sink to get a cufflink. Is that Prince Philip was trying to be, toughing him up. But they can't really get... Prince Philip can't get through Charles fully because the men in gray suit made sure Prince Philip knew his place, okay? Because he didn't have enough backing because his own family was already all over the world. They no longer control Greece and whatever, so he had to comply. But with William, on the other hand, not only Charles did not want to marry Princess Diana, and he produced with Princess Diana a woman he did not love. So Charles pretty much produced those two sons for the palace, for the institution. So as soon as he was done, gave two boys, and he was done with. And then this is where the palace, men in gray suit, fully took control of William. And thank God they didn't get to Harry because whatever the reason is, they ignore him. Yeah, he was a spare, but still, thank God they didn't get to him. Right? They created a monster, told him that They created a monster, told him that as heir, he was better than anyone else, most certainly better than his brother Harry. Now the heir is old enough to realize that he has fallen far short of Harry's achievement. His rage is combustible. What he can't have, he will destroy. That is true. Okay, what we all know, but the real question is if Choco realizes this. He doesn't care. Charles doesn't care. He's comfortable with his horse and the horse's kids, and he's fine. William wants more revenge as the heir, and he's not getting any of that. Massive ego bruise right there. Fascinating lack of recollection in the comment. Harry confirmed that he had several conversations with family concerned about his unborn son's skin color. What people hate most about the whole interview is that Meghan corrected the tabloid lie that she made Kate cry. Alright, let's go back. Alright, let's go back again. This is the squad comment. The royal and the British press think that everybody is buying their stupid racist game. People have been watching and see the mistreatment of and the cruelty toward Meghan, the Sussex family. They keep thinking William and Harry were close. They weren't. That's another point as well. They put on the best bud brother act when they went out on engagement. But when Harry lived in Nottingham Cottage and William and Kate were in Kensington Palace steps away, they never even invited him over for dinner. Joy got it wrong. Is not Prince Harry, is his children. King Charles haven't seen them in 4 years. This is not a fair discussion. These people are utterly uninformed, having a discussion about Harry and Meghan. Where are the black women on this panel? Alright, I moved some stuff, okay? These are some squad discussion. I'm only 20 something minutes here. I'm adding some more. Alright. And the inbred and their followers of rat haven't been the same. Look at them. There's the fire here. If I was a rat, I would hate them too. Look how relaxed and comfortable and sexy they look. Alright. They know how to work it for sure. Alright. So there's more of this. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay. Sussex Squad talking about Derangers. That first video made me turn things on. Okay. This tweet was on my last recording. Is when I was editing, I realized it wasn't there. Alright, because I'm putting timestamp as I'm editing, and when I came to that, I didn't see it. Please spare a thought for the Derangers as they are not coping. Quote, the people I feel most sorry about are the trolls. Their hopes are just build, and like, yes, and then it doesn't happen. So I feel sorry for them. Genuinely, I do. Prince Harry, 12 seconds.
The people I feel most sorry about are the trolls who their hopes are just built, and it's like, yes, and then it doesn't happen. So I feel sorry for them.
And Zandy, so sorry. I haven't a single thought to spare. 100%, especially not for people with dodgy hygiene, scabby elbows, dirty teeth, and rotten toenails. What? Let's black this. Let's leave that alone. You could pause and read whatever's on the screen. Next tweet. Whenever the Derangers pop up, it's like, lose interest. Alright, so this is where we start, the recent one. I shared this on my community board already. I'm enjoying the tears and sour grapes. Toxic British media and the haters actually thought they could create maximum drama, endanger the lives of Meghan and the kids, and then turn around and make money off their photos. Remember, this is what they did to Princess Diana. Okay, as if by magic, the prince popped up in Manhattan alone, a portal hub that will fuel the conspiracies that Meghan never was in the UK at all. The Telegraph in the room is that not one photograph of Meghan or the children has surfaced from this trip, which has led some to question whether they came at all. The UK media penned intoxicating. Wink, William and Kate was left out of the meeting, so nothing leaked. They may lose the very few brain cells they already have over this. There's the laugh here. Radar Online is really bad. They are stating that Harry and Meghan took camera crew at Althorpe House to film the children at Diana's graveside. People believing the rubbish and sickening. Next tweet. That's why I don't even bother following these tabloid papers. Okay, I just can't. The Derangers insist that Being an Emmy nominee meant nothing, and now look, the nomination is for Eugene Levy for Outstanding Writing. Eugene has already won numerous awards for his work. Derangers think Willie has been nominated for being a guest. Oh, is that what the other thing was about? Oh my goodness. I hope this wins. It was a brilliant episode. Okay, I fell in love with Eugene as well as he's such a lovely man. I hope they work together again because they had such a lovely and warm rapport with each other. It was so lovely to watch. Then the UK media were upset about it because they were supposed to be the one to have access to William. The Reluctant Traveler with Eugene Levy Season 3 has earned 2 Primetime Emmy Award nominations for 2026, and one is specifically for the Prince William's episode, Outstanding Writing, for a non-fiction program for living the royal life in the UK. Okay, Tasmanian, 14 hours earlier. Oh, I'm not gonna go through all of these. She nominated herself. Oh my God. Okay, in one of the videos that I did, I show you how the nomination works. All right. Whenever they popped up, they always create some negativity. Next one, there's those exclamation mark. When William told Harry not to marry Meghan because there would be problems, it was because Harry being married to someone like Meghan will cause problems for William and Kate, meaning their mediocrity will be on full display and there will be nothing they could do about it. Okay, she retweeted that when a narcissist gives you advice, they're telling you what works best for them, not for you. Okay, so that's me here. Oh, one person liked it an hour ago. For me, looking at a different perspective, the UK never left the US despite losing the war. The UK always had its fingerprint in the US. They studied and knew how foundational Black American and their capabilities. Men in grey suit must have told or guided Egg to be spiteful toward Harry. They've been shaping the minds of King Charles and Egg. Meghan was a no-no, pretty much. Okay, mediocrity too kind. They're not even that exactly. Ding, ding, ding. All right, next tweet. Okay. All right, so this is where all of those videos were coming from. I knew I had them on the list. Okay, performative mediocre. Prince William is lazy. The combination of this and a work-shy mediocre and uninspiring wife does not help. The royal family fumbled the jewel. All right, let's listen. 41 seconds.
One thing that it does give, like, there's a little bit of a warning sign in the weeds, is we've had a briefing very recently from to the Daily Mail along the lines that the Foreign Office can't get William to travel overseas, and that he's been abroad 8 times to either watch football or rugby, but they can't. He refused to go to Jimmy Carter's funeral. Charles had to force him to go to the Pope's funeral. And he can't completely forget duty.
Do we actually have a moment where we went, "Oh, Dad, I'm not going to the Pope's funeral. What am I going to wear?"
I disagree.
No, I mean, I can tell.
It's not a sense of duty. I mean, he went to meet Trump in Paris. He did go to the Pope.
But it can't just, duty is not doing the bits you want to do and refusing to do the bits you don't want to do. One thing that it does
he actually makes sense. Yeah, it's part of his work. He's supposed to do that, but he was able, if the thing does not have any interest to him, he's not really all in. So he was able to travel to Paris to meet with Trump, but other things where he could have participated in, he didn't want to because there was no interest for him. 2016 to 2026, same old lazy bill. You could pause and read it. And, oh, damn it, I didn't want to click on it. And Matt Wilkinson still tries to be a good little, that's the B word, and defend him. Shocked that Jack Royston actually said, you can do the bit you want to do and not the other stuff. Yeah, I agree with that. Also, Matt said he went to the Pope's funeral, after Jack clearly stated that William was forced into doing it. It is so pathetic the way they keep excusing William's abject laziness. My comment isn't in defense of William. I think that William doesn't have a sense of autonomy about his own life and his choices, and he's extremely bitter about that. Yes and no, but like I was just saying, if the thing doesn't interest him, it doesn't have any, like it will benefit him in some shape or form, he would not do it. So, and For him to travel to France to meet Trumps, maybe there was a reason for that. Not just for the institution, but for himself as well. Okay, I'm not gonna go over this because I shared that already. Okay, I read that already. All right, so there's the rest. And this is why they used to send Harry to do all those stuff, send him places that they didn't want to go, and Harry was always a yes, yes, yes. And it's through that Harry was able to see the suffering that were going on. He said it in the Obama Foundation, where they will send him not in the nice places, and he get to see how people live their real life, and it touches him somewhere in some shape or form.
I want to ask you, you traveled the whole world in both your role, in your royal role. As you were going around the world, how did you get more focused on things that you cared about? I mean, we see a lot of pictures of you with children. You spent a year in Lesotho,
Yep.
right? And, you know, bring that to life for us.
I get all of my passion, inspiration, and energy from young people. And that is from the ages of 6 or 7 in the Caribbean, when you get a 6-year-old turning around to you and telling you exactly how much damage your country and the developed world is causing them, all the way to 28, 30-year-olds who at some point in their life have already a better understanding of duty and service than I ever did at that age. Because it's all about giving back. So yeah, I think that, look, lots of people say that, oh, your job of traveling the world is wonderful. Of course it's wonderful. But when we get sent to some countries, we don't always get to see the beautiful parts. We're always there trying to deal with some of the issues, but also doing everything we can to bring people together to make change, to make positive change. And it's an absolute joy and a privilege to meet the younger generation of change makers across the world who genuinely believe in the fact that they, as a single person and as a group and as a community and as a nation, not only can change their country, but can change the world as well. And that is what keeps me going on a day-to-day basis.
All right, next tweet. Oh my God, these people are so stupid. They take everything Harry said literally. My God. All right, so that's a retweet. Harry's haters are still scratching their heads and collectively assembling their few neurons, trying to figure out whether this excellent acting was a skit or the real thing. Legend. All right, 26 seconds.
Spare a thought for the ginger community, because he did sort of like eschew them, and they've people. My mum's a ginger, they've had him as their poster child. Why is he saying I'm not ginger? No,
I know,
I'm
justice for gingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. That was pretty left of field, wasn't it? I mean, that was very strange.
Do you think he was joking when he said he was
Of course
all?
he was joking.
He's had a lifetime of
I don't
bullying
know.
about being a ginger, and he is all.
Spare a thought for the ginger community, because
Of course he was joking.
Because he
Oh
did
my God, I can't believe these people. Everything Harry says is treated like proclamation for Mount Olympus. Nothing is trivial enough for them to ignore. They're following a cult, so critical thinking is missing. They don't understand his humor or the fact he knows they will do this, so he's baiting them to show their stupidity. Could be. Do they seriously think he cares what people say about his hair color? OMG, these people must be living very, very sad lives. Yeah, they literally take it. Oh my God. Harry's a brilliant man. Next tweet. Oh my goodness, there's more. This one is 9 seconds. I love it when they accidentally let the cat out of the bag. There's a laugh here. It seems Camilla needs her weekend to recover from mothering Charles and dealing with his entitled ways. There's a laugh again. Notice how quickly Katie Nicole tries to explain away the little nugget she accidentally let slip. Camilla and the king spend their weekend often separately. You know what? I'm telling you, this is not to say I like her character or anything like that, but the host, she play her games very well. Okay, she has the luxury and rent-free. She's living her best life. She got what she wanted. All right, let's listen.
There was a call made from Highgrove because Camilla and the King spend their weekends often separately, which we'll talk about a little bit later on in the show. It's not as strange as it sounds. There was a call made from Highgrove
It's
because
repeating. I haven't watched the video, but living separately seems to be a thing in that family. Sleeping apart on weekend is not normal behavior for any married couple. It's just not. Especially on a weekend. This is where you get to reconnect, you know, during the week. I sort of understand because it's business. You have to work, you have to do different things. But the weekend usually is where you reconnect. As a matter of fact, later today, we have a family get together, even though it's raining, but there's a possibility we might sleep over because it's a good long drive, and when my husband family get together, it's like a freaking party. Sleeping apart on a weekend is okay. I read that. This is what happened when lies spoken by their lips or having various jingoistic dances with their brain cells. Unfortunately, propagandistic scheme have malice, character assassination, lying, gaslighting, and wickedness built around them to work, brainwashing the 69.3 million Brits. She does her Queenie thing in the week and sees her family on the weekend. Well, she got all the money, status, power she wanted at huge cost to others. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. This is where she wanted to be, and she got it, and now she's just enjoying the lifestyle. That's all. And it's up to the UK to see if she let her enjoying for the rest of her life. Next tweet. Oh, Jesus Christ. Some people have no moral. All right. This is the last one for this video. You can't put William in a picture by himself because he isn't nominated for a damn thing. Embarrassing. She's responding to this, people. How Prince William and Meghan Markle are both included in a 2026 Emmy nomination. Unbelievable. That's me here, girl. Stop it. Alright, see how people worded their headlines. There's the laugh here. Included, like, Look at them trying to bring her down to his pathetic level. She isn't included in a thing. She is a nominee. Okay, I have never seen a bunch of people this desperate. Look at these hyenas trying to steal that man's work and give a credit to Willie. I will not be surprised. Okay, if this is what happened here, they're probably setting up for so they could mock her. They might give this interview the win because William is included, and then they're gonna run their mouth. And then if Meghan doesn't win, then, you know, the negativity will continue. Okay, I won't be surprised by that at all. But, you know, that's that. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for, I don't know, health. Let's pick that one. Prayer for health. Almighty God, giver of life and health, send your blessing on all who are sick and upon those who minister to them, that all weaknesses may be vanquished by the triumph of the rising Christ, who lives and reigns forever and ever. Amen. All right, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. I'm going to do another video. The next video, this is where I was supposed to start with time 100. Harry is out and about. I might put this on... Oh, not that one. Yeah, that one, but there's more about Harry included on the list. The second to that will be this. Okay, there's videos of Harry out and about. I think it's the same event, but the first one will be this. That's the way I put it on the list. I don't know why, but that's what's on the list. Okay, LeBron James. So that's it. Thank you for watching.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
Go,
together. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changed.
I've been a pessimist many times because of the work that we end up doing. You can be surrounded by negativity sometimes.
Changes for the better.